It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Vera and Heather back again with another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. Hi, Vera.
Hey, Heather. How's it going?
It's a little nauseous today. I don't know why. So I think I either ate something or caught a stomach bug that Baker had over the weekend. I don't know. So I'm just like, I'm trying to get through
going around.
That's what I hear. We like escaped it for so long. And now I'm just like, I just want to lay in bed, but I'm here. I'm here.
You're here. Well, at least I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. Chugging along.
Yeah.
Waiting till I could take my stupid wrist brace off.
Oh yeah. Cause you broke your wrist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And actually I've got to, thank God it's not a cast, but still I got to take the sucker off and soak it. It's like, it smells like feet.
Oh, you know what you could put in there? Put some pads in there.
Some what?
Pads. When I broke my ankle, I put maxi pads in the bottom because it stunk so bad. And I would just replace them every day.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So maybe panty liners or something. I don't know. Yeah. I'm replacing
life hack. All right, well, I'll have to give that a try.
Yeah.
Well, plus it's like covered in cat hair. My cat and I had a love fest a little while ago.
Meow.
But yeah, other than that, I'm perfect.
You might hear some other voices on our call today. We are excited to introduce Danielle and Kayleigh with CLEARSTEM Skincare. I'm going to not do this justice, but they have a skincare line that is clean. And, Vera and I are always trying to look for clean items and what chemicals can we take out of our world? How can we make everything a little bit healthier for everybody? So Kayleigh and Danielle, please give us some background of y'all and welcome. And
hey guys. Hi guys. Yeah. So clean in all the ways that actually matter. So, okay. Clean means a lot of different things. In skincare, it generally refers to being free of like toxins and parabens and, the nasty chemicals that we all want to avoid. Our line is actually clear of those things as well as pore clogging ingredients. So our line is anti-aging and anti-acne at the same time. I am Danielle, the Achne Guru. All I do is treat acne. I own San Diego Acne Clinic here in San Diego. I've had that for about 7 years. Met Kayleigh as a former patient, and she's a holistic nutritionist. And together we made this line that is like clean in all the ways that actually matter and the other lines aren't. I'll let Kayleigh fill you in on more.
Yeah. So we started this company about 5 years ago. Cause like Danielle mentioned, I was a clinic patient of hers struggling with really bad cystic acne. Anyone who's been through it before, whether you struggled as a teenager or as an adult or dealt with pregnancy and post-pregnancy acne, knows how debilitating and frustrating it is. It knows like you are changing your diet, you're changing this, you're changing that, and nothing's working. And I was going to every single doctor, dermatologist, esthetician, and the only solutions I was given at the doctor was go on birth control or go on antibiotics. And the dermatologist wanted me to go on Accutane. And as a holistic nutritionist, like I knew these will, one, wreck your gut health, synthetically control your hormones, so make hormone balancing even harder and more difficult to actually achieve, deplete you of vitamins, destroy your liver health. So I'm like, well, that's not getting to the root cause of my acne. Like that's just going to cause more damage. And I kept asking like, why do you want me to go on these things? Where they're like, well, we don't know what's causing it. So like, you should just try it. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. So I refused to go on any of those. I'm like, I'm going to figure this out. And it was so difficult because I was, trying every elimination diet. I felt like I was eating so clean. I was susceptible to every skincare marketing that possibly existed out there. Anything that said it would, non-comedogenic, would help with acne, all these different things. I had spent like thousands of dollars on skincare. Nothing was working. And as one last Google search, up pops San Diego Acne Clinic. I meet Danielle, had me our last client of the day, and my whole world was opened up to acne triggers and what actually causes acne. Because so many times we're like, oh, it's just it's a hormonal imbalance. It's hormonal acne. Okay, but what is causing that hormonal imbalance? Like, because a hormone imbalance to acne is not the root cause of it. And so I learned I had 12 different acne triggers going on. So removed all of them, got on a proper skincare routine, and nothing crazy complicated. There was no like 12-step routine. I was on like 4 products, got on a proper skincare routine, learned how to exfoliate, remove pore clogging ingredients from all of my makeup, hair conditioner, skincare, and my skin was completely clear with no scar damage in less than 2 months. And when I tell you my skin was a wreck, it was bright red, inflamed, angry cystic acne. And yeah, so now we literally devote our lives to not only developing products that help with acne and aging at the same time, but also the education of helping people get to the root cause of their acne.
I love that. Well, this actually, you guys reached out to us. I just felt, sometimes think timing just seems to be everything. And I literally, my whole life, the only issues I've ever had with my skin was I'd get, cold sores, but I've never had problems. I've never had problems with acne. I've never had problems with anything too crazy, and then all of a sudden here in the last several months, I've started having issues, and a part of it I'm thinking may have to do with a change in medications or whatever. But when you guys popped up, I was like, "Ooh, I think I need to talk to them." Plus, of course, we're always aging. I'm aging a little more than Heather is, but
because you have a few years on me.
So of course, I think women, we're always looking for anti-aging, even in our 20s. You want to be preventative if you can.
Mm-hmm.
So those two things, I think, absolutely are things that we'll touch on what I Can't Mom Todayers would be interested in.
And I've never really had a problem with my skin. It's always been pretty even tone, but more I'm getting like flaky, like kind of flaky right here, and like I'll get acne around my jawline during right before my period, and it's just. But I took your quiz and I like combed over your website, and you have a lot of great resources. You have a list of pore clogging things. I was like, oh my God, what? Like, it's a long list too.
We made it really easy for people to use that list. We actually paid our developer thousands of dollars to make it a searchable function. So you can copy and paste, like your lotion, for example, you can copy and paste the ingredients into the search bar, and it'll tell you if there's something in it breaking you out.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I didn't see that.
Game changer. It's a game changer for the acne space, because everyone is using something that has a pore clogging ingredient, whether they realize it or not. Like 90+% of products have some sort of pore clogging filler agent, because the most common ones that the cosmetics industry uses are things like ethyl hexyl palmitate or isopropyl palmitate or isopropyl myricate, and just other things like that. And then even in the clean space, even in the organic beauty space, you still have very pore clogging filler agents like shea butter and coconut oil. So if you're using more than 3 products, I guarantee you one of them has a pore clogger in it, right? So we made it really easy for people to check and make sure and know which ones of their products could be causing their acne if they're breaking out, because there's nothing more frustrating than like breaking out and you don't know why. And it could be tied to your period for sure, because the testosterone raises right before PMS or during PMS, and that is the hormone that leads to a flare up. But if the pore has been clogged all month, it just usually can't fight it off during that time either. So changing a product that might be breaking you out could be the thing that even gets rid of your quote hormonal acne.
And I was kind of surprised, because the list that I received was 4 things. And I was like, oh, they're going to like list everything, right? Because that's what people do. They like, oh, take our quiz and here's everything we have.
No, we don't do that.
I know. And I love it.
We like to streamline it.
I was like, this is surprising. So it was nice. It was a nice, pleasant surprise. Because you're trying all these things and it's like tons of dollars going down the drain when it's like, oh, I'm still getting breakouts.
Yeah, we're literally the inverse of most skincare companies. So most skincare companies want you to do some elaborate 10-step routine. They don't educate you. And that's it. They just want to sell you products. Like, we're the opposite. We're like, before you buy anything, figure out what the problem is. Like, look at our blog on the top vitamins that could be breaking you out, or like the 3 foods that are probably causing acne, or like checking your ingredients. And then after that, streamline your regimen, make it as few steps as possible so you can eliminate variables. Like, we do things very differently, because we're not just like a typical skincare company. We're like education first.
Nice.
I like that, especially since, well, because I'm lazy. So anytime it's like, oh, by the way, here's your toner. And then here, first your cleanser, then your toner, then your moisturizer, then your, whatever. And then your, what do you call it? Your serums. And then like it's, by the time it's all done, I'm never going to do that every day. Sorry, that's just not me.
And that's why we've also created all of our products to be so multifunctional, because Danielle and I don't want to do a 10-step routine.
Hell no.
We're busy. You guys are busy. Like, we don't have time to do like an hour a night for our skincare. Like, we want the most effective ingredients, the most effective products in the shortest amount of time. And so that's why all of our products are anti-aging and anti-acne at the same time. So they're clean, non-toxic, but also corrective. So for an example, one of our serums, our Clarity serum, it helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It also helps with acne scar damage. It helps dissolving blackheads in the pores. It's nicknamed our blackhead dissolver. And it's also really brightening for the skin and helps break apart melasma. So like, it's so multifunctional because we use ingredients that build collagen in the skin, build elasticity in the skin, smooth out the skin, reduce hyperpigmentation. And so we really focus on multifunctional in all of our products.
And
I was actually going to ask, oops, I'm sorry, Heather.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just kidding. And you use a retinol alternative, right? So doesn't react to the sun like retinol will. And like, you're not sun sensitive, which is really very cool because, as we get older, we want to stay out of the sun more, but like sometimes you need that vitamin D.
Like, how crazy is that?
Sorry, go ahead. I love sorry, I said go ahead and then I took it anyway. I feel so strongly about it. No, I'm like the only esthetician in the world that tells you to go get more sun on purpose. Like, we need sunshine. We need to see the light on our faces when we wake up. We need vitamin D naturally. We need that warmth. Like, we need to be outside in nature. Our bodies are engineered for that. If you don't get it, you will be depressed. Your hormones will be thrown off. Your immune system won't function as properly. It's just really important to be outside. So things that make you more sun sensitive, like the biggest one is like using a retinol, especially prescription ones like Retin-A or tretinoin. Those make you more sun sensitive like a week after you use it. Like, you can't account for the sun damage that you're going to get by using that product because it's still making you more sun sensitive even days, weeks later. And that conflicts with a healthy, nature-filled lifestyle. So that's why we don't love retinol at all. And we use something called bakuchiol, which is a retinol alternative that gives you the collagen stimulation without the unwanted sun sensitivity.
That's awesome. Vera, here's the floor.
Thank you. I was going to ask, well, 'cause you mentioned hyperpigmentation. I know that I'm lucky I don't have that issue, but my sister does. And I know that there's a term for it where she ended up getting all these like little brown blotches.
Yeah, melasma.
Okay, that's what melasma is. Okay. And she basically, again, I don't think she's spent a ton of time. She's a busy lady, runs her own PR business and all that kind of stuff. So if she goes out into public, she just, throws on some makeup to cover it up and moves on. But she hasn't really been able to find anything that really, really works. Like she found some things that kind of help a little bit, but she still has to wear a decent amount of makeup to cover it up. Does there, between the two of you, I'm from what I understand, it's a hormonal thing, but is there something with your diet and or products that you should use or avoid for something like that?
Definitely. So melasma is definitely tied to estrogen. That's why you get it from certain birth controls and during pregnancy a lot of the time. And it can be made worse by things that make you more sun sensitive. So using a retinol all the time makes my melasma flare up like crazy. The sun will trigger it as well. And it can even be heat triggered. Like a lot of chefs actually kind of get it too here in the kitchen with the heat. So there are things you can do to make it go away. The most traditional one that people will come across is called hydroquinone, which is like a skin bleaching cream. And it works for sure, but it's also pretty toxic. So a lot of people just don't want to use that, especially if they know the education around it. Now, granted, sometimes it can be really bad and that's the only thing that will work. So using it for like a couple weeks and then stopping could get you some relief if it's really, really bad. But as far as an ongoing way to treatment that doesn't have toxic side effects, mandelic acid and vitamin C are like two of the best ingredients for melasma. We have a serum called Clarity. The mandelic acid is multifunctional. It dissolves clogged pores, old scar tissue, and old old tissue that's been damaged, basically. So stuff like from scars and wrinkles, it dissolves that. dissolves what's in your pores, and then it dissolves the pigment that is creating the discoloration. So using a friendly alpha hydroxy acid, specifically mandelic, it's the most brightening. It really helps with melasma as it's unclogging your pores. So that's why you chose that specific acid in that serum.
Okay.
She's writing down for Christmas presents.
Yes, I am. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, I have melasma too, and it's extremely frustrating. So I made that serum to be effective for it, because I wanted it to be effective for it.
Yay. Well, that's good to know. Cause like I said, and I think that's what it was, is that they suggested a bleaching agent and she didn't want to use it for too long because of exactly what you said, the toxicity.
Yeah.
She was worried about that.
Yeah.
So, and then the other question I had was for myself. So I started to break out a little bit like around my nose at first, when I started researching at first, I was worried it was maybe rosacea, but it's actually gotten a little bit better. And I don't know if it's because I've gotten a little more diligent, or also I'd cut out dairy for a long time and then started reintroducing it here recently. So I thought, well, maybe it has to do with the dairy. So I started cutting back on dairy again. But it seems to be getting a little bit better. But again, I think a lot of people, as we get older, we start to get just, the little bit of redness.
Yeah. So tip on that. So everyone, until they're told not to, everyone pretty much uses really, really hot water on their face when they're in the shower, when they're washing their face. You're standing in the shower, nothing feels better than a blazing hot shower on your face. What that does is it annihilates your skin barrier. So it makes you get UV damage faster. It makes you dry. It makes you flaky. It makes rosacea worse. And as you get older, we produce less oil. So we're not able to combat that dryness. So we're basically drying our skin out, and then our natural oil production has slowed down. So then we have this like dry skin condition, which just leads to irritation. Dry skin gets irritated and it doesn't heal. So that's when you get more eczema, more rosacea, more flaky skin, more discoloration. Skin problems often stem from or are directly impacted by the water temperature we're using.
I don't love that message.
I know, I'm sorry. No, just change it to room temperature. Room temperature is fine. You do not have to take cold showers. Room temperature, you'll see the difference.
And I promise it's all about like switching your mindset around it too, because now if you get in the shower and you're taking a really hot shower on your face, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm literally making my wrinkles so much more prominent, so much deeper, drying out my skin, causing redness. And then when you do like warm water, you're like, I'm nourishing my face. It's going to be so hydrated after that. So it's really just that shift in mindset that you're doing something really good for your skin.
Well, for me,
it's the easiest thing.
A lot of people's showers are like this. I'm hoping it's just not just me, but it's like cold and then just this way a little bit. It's like hellfire. And so I'm like, do I want cold or hellfire? And so I'm like, hellfire.
Just keep it off your face.
Consider that your cold plunge. You're a biohacker now. You just did a cold plunge. Yay.
There you go. Yes, exactly. That's good to know. I love that's simple too. And it makes complete sense, really. It's just so funny how, you think, again, just something so simple.
Well, again, it's what is normal and common isn't always, we know that, right? But just because something's normal doesn't mean it's good for us. So it's little things like that. And think of our skin as an organ, like evolutionarily, it's not designed to get wet every day. And we're cleansing it like once a day or twice a day with really hot water. Like our skin protein is not designed for that whatsoever. So when we think about it that way, you're like, yeah, it does make sense. This is something we just started doing like 60, 70 years ago, is bathing regularly, right? Our skin it wasn't made for this at all. And water is a pH of 7 and our skin's barrier is a pH of 5.5. So that's a big difference actually. So cleansing every day is important because we have stuff we need to cleanse off. But using really, really hot water or over cleansing is pretty detrimental to our skin barrier, and it creates a lot of other issues.
So we should be cleansing with warm water?
Lukewarm, room temperature.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
I'll try.
Yeah,
I wanted to touch
on your face.
Yeah. So it's essentially just washing your face in the sink at night.
Okay.
Yeah, just doing something. Yeah. Well, that's easy again in the shower. But at least the way my shower works, I can keep my face out of the hot water and then turn it down at the last minute and wash it.
That's what I do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if somebody purchases any of your skincare products, and what if how long should they be trying it out to see if it's working? And can they reach out and say, this isn't working? Can you suggest something else? Or how does that work?
So to answer the first part of your question, it is so important to make sure before changing anything, like we mentioned in the beginning, is to check all your other products for pore clogging ingredients. And so using that resource that's on our website, checking all your skincare, your makeup products, and your hair conditioner, because if you just switch over like 2 of your products to our products, but you're still using a pore clogging moisturizer and pore clogging makeup, you're still going to be breaking out because you're still clogging up your pores with other things. So it's first important to check everything, make sure that any product with pore clogging ingredients is removed. And then using our products, yeah, absolutely feel free to reach out. I will say after reading the reviews, we've like barely had anyone that's had any issues with their products, but we are here to answer every single question. We also give full refunds too. Like if you don't like it, don't use it, because we have full faith in all of our products.
Yeah, but we literally have like a 0.1% return rate. Like,
yeah, that's great.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
People don't return our stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
But if you don't like it, return it. Cause yeah, we believe in our products so much that it's like, yeah, if you don't want to use it, don't use it.
Awesome. Well, you can find their products online at CLEARSTEMskincare.com. And I don't know if you want to give out any social media handles or anything else like that people can follow you and learn more about your products.
Absolutely. So again, we are so big on education. So also on our website, we have our skincare learning center. We actually have an acne nutritionist you can work with as well if you need to do any gut testing, hormonal testing, things like that. We want to support you guys in any way as possible. And then all of our social medias are filled with a ton of education too. So on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Twitter, everything, ClearStem Skincare. And then Danielle's Instagram is Danielle the Achne Guru, and mine is Kayleigh.Christina. So Danielle puts a ton of also acne and anti-aging information out there, and we both show a lot of behind the scenes of building the business too. So if you're listening and also building a business and have questions and just want to see some of the behind the scenes, we share a lot of that as well.
I love that. And of course, you can reach out to us to email us if you wait a minute, I Can't Mom Today podcast at Gmail, and Instagram, Facebook, I Can't Mom Today podcast. You'll find us as well.
And we'll have all that in the show notes.
Yeah. And we'll put all this in the show notes too. So that way you can just hopefully just click through.
Awesome.
You guys are so much fun.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for being
here. I love the energy.
You guys are hilarious.
This is like better than a shot of espresso. Like this was so fun.
Yeah, I feel alive for the first time today. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. This was a blast.
I don't even have kids. I don't know how you guys, all the moms out there, like mad respect. I don't know how you guys do it.
Caffeine.
Superheroes, like to the max.
Superheroes.
Yay,
Thank you so much for
And
joining
I
us.
killed it. I don't know how you guys do it. So mad respect.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
you guys.
All right. So next time.
Till next
sorry.
time, yes.
Sorry, I'm just
Bye,
wrapping up for you.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.